Welcome to this series of videos which support centres in training their invigilators by covering the relevant content of JCQ's Instructions for Conducting Examinations publication. In this video, we focus upon the tasks which an invigilator must undertake at the beginning of an exam, including establishing the identity of all candidates sitting the exam and the role of centre staff other than the exams officer and invigilators in the exam room.
Invigilators must be aware that only candidates sitting the examination or assessment must be present in the examination room while an examination is taking place, and that the identity of all candidates sitting examinations must be established. There's a variety of methods which centres employ in identifying candidates. These include a senior member of centre staff, such as an assistant head teacher who's been authorised by their head of centre to be present at the start of the examination to assist with the identification of candidates, candidates wearing lanyards which contain their name and photograph, or an identification card placed on each candidate's desk. Invigilators must be aware of the method used to identify candidates. Invigilators must be made aware of any private or external candidate or a transferred candidate who is taking the examination. Any such candidate who is not known to the centre must show photographic documentary evidence to prove that he or she is the same person who entered or registered for the examination or assessment. For example, a passport or photographic driving licence. Where it's impossible to identify a candidate due to the wearing of religious clothing, such as a veil, centres must inform candidates in advance of the identification procedure that will be employed well before their first examination. Prior to the examination, the candidate should be approached by a member of staff of the same gender and taken to a private room where they should be politely asked to remove the religious clothing for identification purposes. Once identification has been established, the candidate should replace, for example, their veil and proceed as normal to sit the examination. Invigilators must be informed of those candidates with access arrangements and must be made aware of the access arrangements awarded. Invigilators should challenge any unauthorised member of staff who enters the examination room before or during the examination. Only those senior members of centre staff approved by the head of centre who've not taught the subject being examined may be present at the start of the examination. Where required to be present, they're only permitted to perform one or more of the following tasks: to identify and settle candidates and instil discipline, check that the candidates have been issued with the correct question papers for the day, date, time, subject, unit or component, and tier of entry if appropriate. Check that the candidates have the necessary equipment and materials, in other words calculators, preliminary material, anthologies or set texts where permitted. Start the examination. Only those senior members of centre staff authorised by the head of centre to specifically perform the specified tasks may be present in the examination room. Senior members of centre staff permitted to be present at the start of the examination must not provide advice and guidance on the examination. They must not comment on the question paper or give advice on which sections of the paper and which questions should be attempted.